to operate. If they don't do it, they don't operate. I mean, so there's a direct correlation between what you do to be able to operate, and of course, your bottom line, considerations and all that. So the result, therefore, is that when you operate in an environment where there are huge opportunities to be responsible and all that kind of thing, then it ceases to be a luxury. You just have to be socially responsible. In fact, maybe it's not even, I mean, it's almost like it becomes an imperative. I mean, it becomes obligatory and all that. When you operate in the midst of deprivation, then you've got to do something. So building the business case for corporate social responsibility in this part is very, very easy. I don't think, in fact, it's a no-brainer. I'm happy Ike is here. I don't think they needed to do any elaborate corporate social responsibility calculations to tar the roads in front of their bank, for example. Or in Jolayemi, I think your bank and several other banks along that road fixed it. Because if you waited for government to do it, it just makes life uncomfortable for your customers. Having access to the bank, was difficult. Traffic was unbearable, and everybody was inconvenienced. And if you waited for government to do it, then nothing will happen. So for us, therefore, in these parts, corporate social responsibility is not really a luxury. It's a necessary part of doing business. Yes.
I like the idea of it being a no-brainer. It's something that should happen. Let me come to you, Wayne, on the question about enlightenment. I think that's important. And I see you head CSR International. So to an extent, you've seen how CSR has been practiced in different countries, continents. Can you tell us how you address this question of educating the stakeholders or the beneficiaries on what they should expect and how they should insist on that, on companies or institutions being accountable?
Thank you. Well, yes, I've traveled to 50 countries now trying to understand what is best practice. And what I find is that not only are stakeholders not educated enough, but we're not really clear what we are trying to achieve through CSR. I think that for me, to use an analogy, because I know that Nigeria likes its red meat, for me, CSR is practiced by most companies as a side salad. Yeah? And to come to the business case, it's not very difficult to convince someone to have a side salad. We know it's healthy. Yeah? We will benefit from it. The point of the matter, though, is if you don't change your main diet, which is high cholesterol, then you will still have the heart attack. And what we see in the economy today, the world economy, not just Nigeria, is we have a society that is about to have a heart attack. If you look at virtually every indicator, social, environmental, ethical, economic, the gap between rich and poor is getting wider. Biodiversity loss is getting bigger. Corruption, more of a problem. Climate change, the carbon footprint is getting worse. So all of these indicators tell us that there's something broken about the economic model we have and the business agents of that model. So is it difficult to convince companies to do some CSR in the sense of make a contribution to society, have some philanthropy? Absolutely not. They know that's in their interest. But are companies having a net positive impact through their economic activity? I think we really have to question that because the numbers don't add up. And so if I usually look at CSR as 4 basic factors. It's are they creating value? This is the economic dimension. And we're talking far more these days about inclusive growth. So it's not just that companies are making money or that the economy is growing, but who is benefiting? And I think we can ask the question in Nigeria, who is benefiting from the economic growth? The second area is good governance. Is there ethics in the system? Is there transparency? Again, a real question we can ask here in Nigeria. What's the state of bribery and corruption, of transparency and ethics? The third is societal contribution. Are companies really making that contribution to society? In many cases, I think they are, not only through their charitable activities, but through their economic contribution. And then the last one is environmental integrity. And this is one where, frankly, all over the world, because of our economic model, we are disastrously failing. And we take just Nigeria as an example. Nigeria has lost 80% of its forests in the last 15 years. So I think we are maybe asking the wrong question, saying, is there a business case for CSR? What we should be asking is